What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest channel and podcast. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And let's get into this reality chat. Listen, guys, I've been waiting to talk about this, and it's finally, I had a break, and I just wanted to talk about this news about Sheree Whitfield confirming that she is in a relationship with Martell Holt of Love and Marriage Huntsville, the creepy creep who has not changed a bit. I have discussed him a few times on my platform, just talking about how he is trying to put himself out here as of recent to make it seem like he's sorry and, about the things that he did in his marriage with Melody Sheree. But this is nothing more than a ploy to sell his product that he's been working on, which is the wine. That no. I would never, ever support any endeavor that he had. And I don't know he has children, but thankfully Melody, she does really well with that, and he's struggling. Okay. So we want him to be able to take care of his kids financially, but pass your builder's license exam and build houses instead of trying to get out here and do photo shoots to sell calendars, creating a wine because you said that you tasted this sweet red wine years ago, but they discontinued it. So now you felt like it was your mission to create a red wine that was delicious and whatever. We don't think about wine and Martell Holt, okay? If anything, we think about whining because all he did was whine and complain about how horrible his ex-wife was, and she has a cold heart and a dark heart, and she wasn't doing what she needed to do in the bedroom, so he had no choice but to go out there and find somebody to do it for him. And now he's got this girl, Ariane, who they call Coleslaw, doing these live videos every other day on Instagram because he's got her going crazy, because he's lying to her, I'm sure, telling her so many things that she was expecting. And now he's out here doing selfies and being caught on video with Sheree Whitfield. Okay. I didn't talk about this, but this happened a few weeks ago where she just was going nuts on a live video. She was talking to women who were married, asking for wives to join her on the live so that she could ask questions, and she was just really flipping. And I don't know when she's going to get to the point where it's like, he's trash and I need to acknowledge that I was trash for dealing with a married man, because she knew he was married. She lied when she did that Tasha K interview when she said that she didn't know he was married until about 9 months later. She knew he was married. Even though I know he's a liar, I know that she knew that he was married, period. But I digress. Sheree Whitfield, this woman, she just cannot get it right. To this day, I know that a lot of people question, how can she have this multi-million-dollar home that she has that took her over 10 years to build and get completed? And she's been on and off of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, so it's not like she's been a consistent like Kandi has. Kandi's been about the only one who, since season 2, because she didn't start on season 1, but she's been about the only one since season 2 who has consistently been on the Real Housewives of Atlanta up until now, which is season 14. And Kandi, yes, the money is great. It's a great addition to what she has coming in, but she doesn't even really need the money like Sheree does. And even Kandi questioned it on whatever season it was when Sheree was on there. She invited Kandi and I believe it was Cynthia Bailey when she was on the show over to her house because she had finally gotten her basement finished. And she invited them over to get massages and whatever. And Kandi... in the confessional, Kandi questioned it. She said, I don't know, like this looks really rich. Like when I look around, I see money, and I really don't know how Sheree is doing this. Like, I guess she sold a lot of books and t-shirts. She was being shady, yes, but it was a real question because She by Sheree is a joke. And I'm not saying that she is a joke, but She by Sheree, the term, the phrase, the company name, it literally is a joke at this point. And that is due to the help of Andy Cohen, because we know Andy Cohen is a shady queen. And anytime she has either come on Watch What Happens Live, or if she was on a season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta and she was on the reunion, Andy would ask her, are you wearing She by Sheree? He knows that she's not. He's being shady. And, she's like, no, I'm wearing Gucci or whatever, she says she's wearing. And then I think the last time she was on there on the reunion, he was like, when is She by Sheree coming out? What are you doing? And she said, I have some joggers. It's, going to be out spring, summer, September. Yeah, spring, summer. It's a joke. So on this season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, she was having a discussion with Kenya Moore, and she was telling Kenya that she's just has so many issues with She by Sheree because she really needs a team. And when she's worked with people, she brings up men issues and say how the men would, be helping her. And then they would get to the point and they'd say, well, I've always liked you. And so she made it seem like that shied her away from working on the business. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. The only man that we've seen on camera helping her with She by Sheree were gay men. One who unfortunately passed away. He was on one of the seasons of Project Runway. So he came over to her home to show her the samples that she received that were garbage that somebody made. And then we saw where Dwight helped her to pull off the runway show that she had, which was really good. That was many years ago. Anyone else we saw her working with, they were women. And we've all heard the stories about how she doesn't pay a lot of the people that she has to come out and do work with for her, I should say, contractors and things of the like, people filing liens and all of these different things because they're waiting to get paid for work that they performed, work that they did. So I don't even believe that. I believe that that was a hefty excuse that she used when she was having the conversation with Kenya about why her brand hasn't been what it should be. And then when she was having the discussion with the therapist, the guy, I think his name is Jack Daniels, which is actually kind of funny. A therapist by the name of Jack Daniels, because we know some people use alcohol as their therapy. But at any rate, Martell Holt, of all people, the decisions, the business decisions that she seems to make, all bad. And then the men decisions that she makes, all bad. She was married to Bob Whitfield. That was a terrible marriage. She didn't get what she was hoping to get after the divorce. And then she was in a relationship with Tyrone, who was in prison. She claimed she loved him so much and stood up for him. And when Nene was on the show, when it was first mentioned that she was dating someone, and Nene was like, you're in love with someone, and she said, yeah, I'm dating someone and he's in prison. And then they asked Nene about Tyrone, and she said, he's a scammer. Nene said that years ago. Now that they're not in a relationship anymore, now Sheree goes on Watch What Happens Live, and she says that Tyrone is a scammer. So when did you figure that out? She knew it. And now you're going to go to Martell Holt, a known narcissist, liar, someone who treated his wife. He treated his wife like garbage. And then he has someone else pregnant outside of the marriage. He is not treating this girl like she thought he would treat her, because she really thought that she got the prize, that Martell left his wife, even though we know Melody left him, I should say, and left her to have him. You can have my trash. And so she was flipping out over it, happy to be seen with him. She did a Instagram live video where I guess they went to a concert, and she was just all hugged up around his neck and kissing him on the cheek and saying he ain't going anywhere. And someone asked her, in the comments, did he apologize? And her response to that was, he did some things to her all night, and I'll leave it there. Anyway, like, that's something to brag about, but that's the mindset of this person. So now Sheree would want to be with somebody like that. Listen, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It is. I get it. But for me, even though outside attraction means it means something, it really does. Martell Holt definitely is just not my type. He's anyway. But the actions of people too, I get it that we shouldn't always hold the actions of people in the past against them in their present and future, but what has he done to change? Sit on a panel and talked about how his wife told him to go and get a girlfriend, which was a lie. Sit on the show and call his ex-wife someone that has a cold heart and a dark heart because he is feeling a certain type of way, so he's out here trashing her. And does Sheree think that she's going to get better? I get it. They're both into fitness. We know Sheree is all about, keeping her body tight and into the fitness. And Martell, he spends 5 hours a day in the gym, whatever. But someone said something about Martell, and I'm just going to play a clip of this. This is from TGIF on Fox Soul. So I'm just going to play this clip, and then I'm going to get back into my commentary.
So here is what's interesting. I spoke to one of my colleagues in media who has a very close relationship with Martell Holt. And according to her, Martell Holt is pissed and said that he and Sheree are not together, said that Sheree is not even his type, that he is building a pool for Sheree and is working closely with her, pulling permits and so on and so forth, that he is not with her, and that his phone was ringing off the hook all day that day, and that he is extremely upset that she said that. So I don't know what the truth is at this point, because on the flip side of things, Sheree has never struck me as the type of woman who would go around claiming a man that's not claiming her, and I don't know how in any way, shape, or form she's incentivized or rewarded for attaching a body to her. But according to our media colleague that knows Martell, he's extremely upset and said that she's not his type and that they are not together.
Okay, I'm not going to play the rest of it, but here's the thing about that. That was recorded and aired on Wednesday, July the 27th, and as I'm recording this, this is the 30th, and just a day ago, People was reporting that Sheree Whitfield is truly smitten with her new beau. And the source tells People that Martell Holt is certainly more reliable and steady than any of the guys she's dated recently. Well, I don't know all the guys she's dated recently. The only one we know about that she said and claimed that she was in a relationship with was Tyrone Gilliams, who was in prison and got released to a halfway house. And yeah, Martell Holt, he may be free. He is not without a criminal past, and he's definitely not without his flaws. He has a whole lot of them. I just feel that Sheree just makes so many bad decisions, and it's really sad because she's not that it's all about looks, but she's not a woman that you look at to say, well, she has issues in the relationship department because of how she's, got a struggle face or anything like that. And I get it. It's not all about that either. But I feel that a lot of it, she really just kind of, I feel, is not, she needs therapy. This is my opinion. I'm being beautifully honest. I know that we see it on TV where she's met with the Jack Daniels therapist, but I don't know if she's really getting the therapy that she needs, because after seeing the previous seasons of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, when she was, I think it was a storyline, I don't think it was real, but she and her ex-husband Bob Whitfield were supposed to be trying to rekindle a relationship and seeing if they can make things work. I really didn't believe that. I really did believe it was for the cameras. But when she had the breakdown with him, because he made some jokes at her expense that were really not funny about how he didn't hit her hard enough or something like that, because she put it out there that he hit her, and that it was not funny at all, and it was embarrassing, I know, for her, as well as hurtful emotionally. And I feel that since that time she should have been seeking a lot of therapy, because I don't know, in my opinion, being beautifully honest, I do believe that she got with Bob because he was a big time football player back in the day. He was making the money. You look at him and he does not look like her type, but the money definitely was her type. So sometimes you get what you pay for, you get what you deserve. So I feel that they kind of both deserved each other, because he got what he paid for and she got what she deserved, because you were really not looking for someone for love. You got beautiful children out of the situation. Okay, God bless you for that. But it was just a bad decision being with someone like that. And then the dragging out of the divorce and all of those things, it was just embarrassing. Her lifestyle was just progressively going down, and then you go from that to being in a relationship with a convict. Yeah, you knew him before he got into prison, but I just feel that she does not make a lot of good decision where it involves business as well as men. And to see this now and to hear what was said, I do believe that was Tasha K that Funky Dineva was speaking about in that clip, because I recall watching one of her Effery Fridays that she calls her live streams, and she was discussing Martell Holt and the rumor about him dating Sheree, and she was the one that was talking about that because she has his number. She speaks to him. She interviewed his then girlfriend / baby mom on her platform. And I do believe that Martell pulls the strings a lot where it involves that chick, because she's nuts, and he is too. But to have this source share this with People magazine after that came out, I don't know. I don't know. But also, the video of them on the beach, you see Martell look back and look up. So there was someone taking footage of that. Who contacted TMZ? Who contacted whoever the paparazzi was that was over them, that was getting the footage of them taking the selfie together on the beach? Because I definitely believe that Martell Holt is one that seeks attention. I mean, most narcissists do. So he definitely was seeking attention. And then it came out, Candy shared some information about him, and that solidified it for me. That really solidified it for me. She said on Atlanta's V103 radio station, she said, I don't want her to be in a situation where it feels like she's being used for publicity. She said, she said a friend was going to be she wanted to go on a double date with she and her husband and the friend and Martell Holt, and they were going to be at her restaurant, Blaze. And she said the friend was like, we're going to have some boy or somebody taking our pictures and videos so that they can post it. But no blog really posted it. And she said, my whole point was, now that I see this similar situation, I'm like, is he doing this? Is he genuine, or is he doing the same thing that he was doing to the other person? I agree with Candy and with the questions, but I would say I believe the answer is yes. He is doing it for publicity. And Sheree, being who she is, she just makes a lot of wrong and bad decisions where it involves the boys and the business. So that's one of the reasons why her business has not gotten anywhere. And it's a joke. She by Sheree really is a joke. It's a tagline joke. And that she's being used by Martell. And Martell, I don't even believe, even though Sheree is beautiful, I'm not saying that she doesn't have the looks that he would go for. But I don't see this is me. Most narcissistic people, especially narcissistic men, well, I'm not even going to say narcissistic people. Most narcissistic men are not going to be in a relationship with someone that is older than them. Because one, most of them seek control. If you look at people like Donald Trump, the age difference between he and Melania, and someone that he can control. Okay? Kanye West being in relationships with all of these younger, much younger people than him. And you can just kind of Google and see the trend with that. I just don't see Martell wanting to be with someone that is older than him. But Sheree for him is a come up. Even though Sheree is not successful in business, she has a lot of notoriety surrounding her because of her place being on and off, not consistent, such as her life, not consistent with her businesses, being on and off the Real Housewives of Atlanta, as well as having this huge home that she had built finally, and the followers that she has, how long she's been on reality TV, being in Atlanta, all of those different things. I just feel that she's being used, definitely, and she just can't see the forest for the trees. So we'll see how this goes, and, I may come back and talk about it as more transpires with this situation, but I don't believe that the relationship is genuine, definitely on Martell's part. I don't really see Sheree wanting to seek attention and notoriety and all of those things to be in a relationship with Martell. I do believe that she wants a partner, like the source said or revealed to People Magazine, but I just don't believe that Martell Holt is it. And for someone like herself, I don't know. It's like, girl, you didn't watch Martell on Love and Marriage Huntsville. The dude can't even pass the builder's license exam. I don't know if by today he's been able to do that, but he's a user. He used his wife. She had the licenses that he really needed, and she was not just sitting back and allowing him to use her. She got about her business and she did her thing, and then when she got tired of the mess, she got up, shaped up, and shipped out. And I love that about her. And then when he had a meeting in this most recent season with his quote unquote, that they showed on the screen, business partner, the guy was like, when are you going to get your builder's license? And he's like, well, I don't really need that because you have it. He is a user. Martell Holt is a narcissistic user. And I don't believe he's really serious about business, because if he was, he could have passed that builder's license by this time. He's lazy, I believe. He's disrespectful. He's just not someone that I feel needs to be in a relationship with anyone until he can really prove and show that he has made significant changes. And I don't care about him saying, he's made mistakes and he's sorry about the things that he did, and he, wishes he could still have his marriage. No, you really don't. You're just really saying that to play on the heartstrings of women because you have a wine product that is supposed to be coming out and you want to sell your products. He's just not a genuine person. And I just feel that Sheree needs to have people around her that are not like yes men, like Candy, who may not have said it directly to her, but she said it on a platform where Sheree could hear it and maybe start questions within herself to say, well, is this really genuine? Is this really real? Let me check this dude out and see what's up, versus cozying up to him and cuddling up on the beach and taking selfies. Like, it's just really ridiculous. I feel that, not to talk about the age, but I just feel that Sheree is just too old for that. It just, no. But I'm just going to end it there. You let me know your thoughts about this. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And until the next time, this is Beth, and I'm just being beautifully honest.